All right, we got a nice little brew here. So my article this week is basically just about how Abzan is the best deck in the format. It's not particularly close, and the decks that people can play in order to try and beat that strategy. So the top two are definitely Green Red Dragons and Green Red Devotion, and both of those decks won tournaments this weekend. So we're trying to beat Abzan while also beating those decks. And Rob Vaughn has been doing some nice work in Standard lately, and he recently finished 9th in Grand Prix Providence with a deck very similar to this. And at this time, I don't have his exact deck list or anything, but I know it's very close to this. So mana base might be different, sideboard might be a little bit different, but the gist is there, you know? And I think with his white cards and Dig Through Times and, you know, the Den Protector Death Mist Raptor package, he's pretty good against Abzan. Hopefully we'll be able to figure that out, figure out if that's actually true. And then against Green Red Devotion and Hostilities is one of the best cards you can have, because they try to make the Abzan deck's Crux of Fates really awkward by having a dragon in play along with all their other creatures. So in Hostilities is basically the perfect answer there. And then the rest of this deck is just mono value for the most part. So you have Disdainful Stroke, which is really, really good against the expensive spells in the format. Ditto Valorous Stance. And things like Fleecemane Lion work really well with End Hostilities. I have a couple Ojutai's commands also to work with Satyr Wayfinder and Fleecemane Lion. Satyr Wayfinder sets up your Dig Through Times, and there's a mini Dragon Engine with Haven of the Spirit Dragon, and I'd really like to get a second Haven in here. I think that would be really good, but the mana costs are really prohibitive. There's a lot of CC stuff in 3 different colors, so the mana is not perfect. We could really use a Tri-Land, but instead we have 9 temples and a bunch of fetches to try and make that a reality. But yeah, it's basically, yeah, this is kind of just like a mid-rangey control deck with a little higher top end than you're used to seeing out of a lot of these decks. So I have high hopes for this, and I think it could be pretty good. You might look at things like Valorous Stance and Disdainful Stroke and be like, dude, you suck against mono red. And that's not entirely untrue. However, Ojutai's Command, Irration Cleric is quite the engine. Those two together are very, very good against red decks. So, so far, testing has been not bad. Not bad at all, but we can do better, I'm sure. And as we go through this video, I'm probably going to suggest some changes here and there. I think the mana base is the biggest issue currently because I don't know what's actually good. Like I said, there's a lot of CC stuff, and that's kind of awkward. It's a little scary. However, you can always put Death Mist Raptor face down. So in reality, you only need 1 green pretty early. So and the blue comes pretty late, and the white, you know, is turn 5 and turn 6. So it's like we have some leeway, you know. So really, we only need 1 of each color pretty early, and I think my colored sources are fairly correct for that. So I think this should be okay. The sideboard is kind of the up in the air part, where I feel like maybe we need some plummets for Stormbreath Dragon. Maybe we need the 4th Cleric against mono red. Mastery and the additional End Hostilities don't seem particularly good, but I'm willing to try those still. And that's about it. So yeah, I mean, this deck is just like a lot of stuff that you've probably seen before, but just in a different package, just all working together in harmony somehow. So it should be a lot of fun. So let's get to the games.